Despite the need for sun, succulents can get burned by its rays when they are too strong. Higher the temperature and UV, more chance of sunburn, just like with our skin. But not all succulents are the same and sunburn easier than others. In this video we will have a look at what sunburn on succulents looks like, how to save sunburned succulents, and when and why succulents get sunburn marks. Different succulents can react in unlike ways to strong direct sun rays. The more sensitive plants, such as some Echeveria hybrids, can burn even when the temperature is not too high, and other succulents are just fine. Small and young plants often burn more severely than their older, more advanced counterparts. Older and bigger succulents will survive much higher temperatures in direct sun than baby succulents that may even die as a result of sunburn. Sunburn in succulents usually looks like this: patches of brown or black areas on the leaves. But it can also look like this, especially on succulents with thinner leaves such as this Aeonium. Thankfully, many succulents have a defense mechanism that will close up the rosette to protect the most vulnerable leaves in the middle and burn the more disposable ones. Not all succulents have this ability to close up, but many will try. These are the plants that can be saved even after they have suffered serious sunburn. When faced with hot direct sun, some succulents will drop most of their leaves, just like this Aeonium here. This is a stress response, and succulents that do this usually fix themselves eventually. For some succulents, being in direct strong sun can be so traumatic they go mushy and completely rot. It's almost as if their leaves cook from the inside. They can also have the dark burn marks, but it is unlikely they will leave one soft, pulpy and brownish in color. The likelihood of a succulent surviving after getting burned by the sun will depend on the severity of the burn. Burn marks also do not go away and are permanent. The only way to get rid of them is to either remove the affected leaves, wait for them to grow out, or behead. When you notice a sunburned succulent, it should be moved to a shaded but bright area outdoors immediately to prevent further sun damage and stress. Although the area should be shaded, it should not be too dark, as succulents need plenty of light. Heavy shade can make matters worse for the long run. If the succulent is in a big heavy pot or planted in the garden, a shade can be created to stop more burns. You can watch our previous video on how to look after succulents in a heatwave for some tips. A sunburned succulent will benefit from being watered if the potting mix it's planted in is not already wet. If the potting mix is dry, give it a good soak to replenish the lost water. And now it's a waiting game. The sunburned succulent should be left in the bright shade for 2 to 3 days so all damage becomes apparent. Then the next steps can be taken. If the damage is only on the bottom leaves, they can be pulled off. Many succulents propagate from leaves, so you can try and make a good situation out of a bad one by propagating the burned leaves. If the burn is not too bad, leaf babies should appear in about a month. To learn how to propagate succulents from leaves, see part 1 and part 2 of our how-to. I'll link the videos at the end. When the sunburn has damaged most of the leaves, it may be a good idea to behead the succulent and plant as a cutting. This way there will not be that many burned leaves to grow out of. The bottom part attached to the roots is likely to produce new growth free from burns. I have made a video on beheading succulents with updates. I'll link to it at the end of this video and in the description. Succulents will mainly get sunburned when exposed to direct sun on a hot day. Late spring and summer are the most dangerous season. Some succulents can burn even when the temperature is not that bad, while others have a much higher tolerance. Succulents can get a sunburn during quite low temperatures when a succulent has been living in shade and has then been suddenly exposed to direct sun. For example, when an indoor succulent is brought outdoors, or when seasons change and sun rises higher up, reaching plants that were in shade during winter. It can also happen to succulents that have been moved to a more sunny spot. Succulents that have been kept in a shaded spot should be reintroduced to direct sun a bit at a time. Sudden exposure is likely to burn them, especially in late spring and summer. Young succulents and cuttings also have a higher chance of suffering sunburn than more advanced succulents. This is due to them not being robust and developed enough. Finally, many species endemic to cooler climates and hybrids or cultivars, especially from the Echeveria genus, are likely to get sunburn during hot days. These plants are best kept under shade cloth or in partial shade during summer. To conclude, saving a succulent burn by the sun is possible as long as the damage didn't cause it to go mushy and fall apart. Placing the succulent in bright shade to avoid more damage and watering when the soil dries out should do the trick. The damaged leaves can be left to grow out, removed, or the succulent can be beheaded. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and to learn more about succulents, visit our website succulentgrowingtips.com.